My name is James Williams Jr. And I want to talk to you guys about some scary stuff, maybe spooky stuff. Rather you believe or not to believe, or better yet, let's call it to believe or not to believe in the supernatural. So as you know, I recently lost my father last year. Still struggling to get over that. Every now and again I have a couple of weak moments. And a year and some change before that, I had lost my surrogate father. I did a special on both of them. And, you know, when my surrogate father died, I didn't have any visitation from him. I still haven't had him visit me in the dream world or anything lately. And when my father died, I had a dream of him in a place I never ever thought I'd see. But we were there. So, my question to you guys out here, to believe or not to believe. Now, this is where I piss off people who go to church. Alright? Because I do strongly believe in the supernatural. I believe in the spirits. I believe in ghosts. I believe in goblins, witches, and yes, even fairies if necessary to get my point across. And yeah, I do believe in fairies. So that's no bullshit. Now, I ain't saying that they like the little fairies that fly around, but like in China, the fox fairies. So I do kind of believe in fairies. Okay, so I must say this because, and again, this is probably going to piss you off if you're a church-going or a God-fearing person. Because the first thing I tell people who always say that they want someone who's God-fearing. Let's take that fear out. If you are afraid of God, then you don't really know God. I do not fear God. I fear His wrath, and that's all I fear. If you fear anything other than God's wrath, like if you fear God in general, you can't really call yourself a follower of God because you're not supposed to fear the Creator. And I also say this, which will probably piss off church-going people, again. How can you believe in God and not believe in the supernatural? I don't think that's possible, and I think that would be like a clusterfuck or a conundrum in the space-time continuum if you're believing in God, but He's also a spirit, but you're not believing in spirits. So, like I said, it's kind of a clusterfuck. So, I'm going to put it to you, and this will probably sound completely crazy. When I was a boy, now, and I'm not trying to get on a TV show or anything like that, it would be great to write a movie about it, but, you know, and I've touched on this before because they call it blood paralysis. I've been attacked by the Witch Rider quite a few times in my younger days, and up until I was 15. So for like from the age of 7 to 15, so like a lot of years, because 7 plus 7 is 14. So about 8 years of my life, this damn thing has plagued me until I touched it. And, you know, and I've done this before. I know, so I don't have to keep doing it. Just find the video. It's on my page somewhere. But I've touched on the Witch Rider. But there are other things out there beyond the Witch Rider. And, you know, there's Bigfoot, and there's aliens, and there's other ghosts and goblins and ghouls and things that we can't really explain to people who don't believe. And you can't make a skeptic into a believer. They have to become a believer on their own. You know, I've always been a believer. My family, some of us have gifts that I would prefer not to talk about. But we have them, so there's no denying that. But, you know, I say to people that you can't believe in God and not believe in the supernatural or other spirits or spiritual realms. Or if you're a Sliders fan, alternate Earths. If you're X-Men or Marvel Comics or DC Comic fans, alternate universes, alternate realities, and all this stuff. So I ask you, what if when we see these things, they're just breaking through the veil for that split second to let you know what's going on? I'll tell you another example. I'm sure my friend Lloyd doesn't remember this incident. Well, we were at my dad's house, which was once my great-grandmother's house, who, by the way, is Native American, who is long since passed. And we kept seeing this floating head. It would pop in my room, pop in the bathroom where Lloyd was. And we both screaming. And my dad comes out there, "What the hell is wrong with you boys, man? Y'all in here hollering like bitches." So I kept telling him, "Well, Dad, you're not going to believe me." He's like, "Try me." So I kept seeing a floating head. It was shaped like my head. It was completely shaped like my head. But all it was a head. And it would like pop, lock around the corner and be gone. Come back. And when I'd scream, I saw it. Lloyd screamed, he saw it. So it kept going back and forth. So the very next day, we call ourselves playing G.I. Joe. And mind you, G.I. Joe the movie had just came out. And I wanted to be Falcon, but he beat me to the call. Because, you know, when y'all play basketball or anything, you guys play basketball. Jordan, you know, whoever calls Jordan gets to be Jordan. And so you got to live up to it, you know. So we play G.I. Joe the same way. We was like, all right, Falcon. So he called Falcon first. I was like, damn it. So I got Flint. So I got into character, and his sister threw a hand grenade, which was really a pine cone. And I shoved him out the way. So I slipped, and I fell backwards. So that began the cycle of this thing popping up. So as I did research, I started researching things like wraiths. Alright, and Charlie Sheen did a movie about it. But the research I did was completely different from the movie, because in the movie, the wraith came back to exact revenge on people. But when I did my research on the wraith was you warning you about something that was going to happen. Alright? So, maybe a couple of years down the road, I was working at Kegler's, seen the damn thing again. Almost cut off my thumb. A few years down the road, I'm working at Murray Steaks, seen it again. 3 times I've seen that thing in places, and 3 times I've been hurt. Well, technically 4 times, because I've seen it 3 times at Murray Steaks and got hurt twice there. So, spirituality, supernatural stuff, I strongly believe in it. And I would suggest people, you know, find your own path. I'm not going to, like, cram my religion down your face or down your throat or up your ass or whatever. But when I was in Murray Steaks, the very first time I saw it, I had the luckily or the unfortunate luck of having to do infantry. Of the 2 things I hate the most in working in any kind of business is doing inventory, and dealing with fish. I hate fish. And I know you're thinking, hey, you're part Cherokee. You should love fish. And no, I think that's the Eskimos. I think we just like deer. And I don't like deer either, so you know, the blackness is in me. So I'm working in there, and I kept seeing that damn thing in the walk-in. And I'm like, why the fuck does this thing keep coming after me, man? And so, you know, you get that feeling, because a lot of people don't go with their sixth sense. They don't go with their gut. So someone says, turn around, James. And as I'm turning around, there's a fucking box of fish sliding right here. And it clucks me in the head. And I go down. This is the funny part. No. You thought that was the funny part. No, the funny part is that the rest of the boxes domino effect on my shit. So I'm in the walk-in for like an hour under like 15 boxes of fucking fish. Because we had them all stacked up. And there's like 4 piles. So 15 divided by 4 is whatever the hell it may be. But all of those boxes, the fish didn't come out the box. But the boxes fell on top of me. Because, you know, there's so many flounders or whatever is in the box of fish. And you have to count the box. You don't have to open the box and count it. That would have been a whole lot easier. Maybe a whole lot safer. But what happened was, I turned, and the box stole me in the face. And then its friends all piled up on me. So they didn't come and look for me for like an hour. It's like, he can't still be in there doing inventory. Yeah, I was still in there doing inventory from the floor. No. So they came in, and the only reason they found me was because the boxes fell, and the only thing that was sticking out was like my left foot. So they uncovered me and said, why didn't you scream for help? I said, I was screaming for help. How the hell do you expect to hear me if you're in the front of the store, and I'm in the back of the store, muffled by fucking boxes of fish? I hate fish. So as it states, you know, supernatural stuff, you know, it does happen. And it's not a matter of perception like most people think that it is. It's really not. It's not a matter of perception. It's a matter of perception, you know. And to be brutally honest with you, you know, it's really a matter of your knowledge or lack thereof. So, you know, it kind of depends on where you stand when it comes to stuff like that. And for me, you don't mess with the supernatural. No. So they have these scary movies coming out based on live events. I'm sure you've seen The Conjuring. I'm sure you've seen Annabelle, and The Conjuring 2 is coming out. And they claim the Amityville House of Horror was a joke, and some people claim that it wasn't. I didn't see the remake, but I've seen the original, so I really don't care. But I know this: you do not fuck with the supernatural. Got that? I'm not gonna force you to believe it. I'm just gonna tell you that you don't fuck with the supernatural. You don't have to believe it until you experience it for yourself. I'm James Williams Jr. Be seeing you.